George Vanilla. So George is an experiencer and a contactee, and he has a message about world peace through his experiences. Today, unfortunately, the projector does not want to play ball with us, but George is very accommodating. He's going to try and do it on the fly without the presentation. So you're going to have to engage with him. You're going to have to listen very carefully. You're going to have to visualise with the man. And we appreciate all your patience as well on that side of things, but sometimes you just can't help technology, can you? But please make George very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you everybody for joining me here and now. Let's put our intention to world peace here and now. Every time I bang the drum, I'm taken somewhere, you know. The drum is an expression of the heart, is a greater expression of who we are and where we are from. So of course, I've connected to the drum, I beat the drum, and I come to you today with my deep message for world peace. So thank you for joining me. As my friend said there earlier, I was hoping to have a slideshow and all the bells and whistles to show you a life journey in a snapshot of a moment that you're meeting me. That's not to be, and that's fine. We just go with the flow, and we continue to express, to feel and share. So, I am originally from Chile, from South America, and I've connected to my ancestors for a very long time, ancestors who are here with us now. I'd like to just commence with one or two readings, if I may. The universal light message is a message that I was given a long time ago now, it seems. We are gathered here today to honour our ancestors with great knowledge and wisdom. We unite now in honour of the sacred elders. Sacred elders of the land who are here now and have been since the beginning of time. We honour all highest interdimensional, extraterrestrial, interdimensional, and human beings who watch over all space, time, and universe. Highest beings, you enlighten us with your higher consciousness. To the unbounded consciousness in all of us, we are open. Unbounded consciousness set us free as a people, nation, and continents. For Mother Earth, Pachamama, we hold you close to our heart. To love and serve Mother Earth, Pachamama, is why we are here. With our heart, we connect to cosmic love in an ultimate expression of unity. Unconditional love and universal peace are our intentions. Through all this truth, we unite now. The oath for peace. The oath for peace, even as I start to connect to it here and now, it takes me somewhere as well. It's a creation that has arrived in my life after experiencing many things, and I know now through my passage of time why I am an ambassador, an advocate, a believer that we can all achieve not just world peace, but universal peace. The oath for peace. I make this oath for peace to become a universal ambassador for peace on Pachamama, Mother Earth. For all I am, for all I have, for all I can be. I make this oath for peace now for all life. May life exist in harmony, compassion, and love. May life be expressed as I wish to be expressed. May all life be at peace. I make this oath for peace now for the universe, for all communities and their spaces, for all members and people and all races, and all inclusive of living beings, life forms, rights, beliefs, cultures, religions, faiths, and freedoms. I make an oath for peace now for higher knowledge and wisdom. Together we can, unconditional love and universal peace. This is the way forward. I make an oath for peace now, for I know it is required. I am the way for others. I am the way for me. I am the one I have been waiting for. I take this oath for peace now. Jorge Videla. The oath for peace in Spanish, as I am bilingual and a cultural man, I also connect to my elders, to all my rites of passage back home, starting from my parents. El juramento por la paz. Hago este juramento por la paz para convertirme en embajador universal de paz en Pachamama, la tierra. Por todo lo que soy, por todo lo que tengo, por todo lo que puedo ser. Hago este juramento por la paz ahora, por toda la vida, que la vida exista en armonía, compasión y amor. Que la vida sea respetada como yo deseo ser respetado. Que toda la vida esté en paz. Hago este juramento por la paz ahora, todas las comunidades y sus espacios, por todos los miembros, personas y todas las razas, y por todos los seres vivos, las formas de vidas, derechos, creencias, culturas, religiones y libertades individuales. Hago este juramento por la paz ahora, por todo el conocimiento y la sabiduría superiores. Juntos podemos. Amor incondicional y paz universal. Este es el camino a seguir. Hago este juramento por la paz ahora, porque sé que es necesario. Yo soy el camino para los demás, yo soy el camino para mí, yo soy el que he estado esperando. Hago este juramento por la paz ahora, Jorge Videla. The oath of peace. We all can here and now become peaceful. Peace is a choice. Peace is possible. Even in impossible times, peace is possible. If there's a testament, if there's a rule, if there's an example in our lives, you will uncover, you will reconnect, you will know that you have had peace in your life. Momentarily, perhaps. Continually. But isn't that the greatest journey? Isn't that the ultimate destination any of us can achieve? I believe so. And for me, it goes beyond that. I want all of us to get there. Not just myself, not just a few, all humanity, all creations on this planet, all wildlife, all nature, all children, especially the children, most importantly, the children. And of course, for our dear Pachamama, Mother Earth, who provides, who gives us everything continually. Does she ask you for anything? Does she demand you? No, she does not. She continually opens her heart, follows her nature of growth and prosperity for us all to thrive. I recognize this. I connect to it. And I want to give back to her. I want to give back to us all. So I encourage each of you as you leave here today, as you go away, as you digress, as you connect, as you return to your own life being force, remember the oath for peace. Remember, peace is possible. I'm just here as a reminder, as a gentle reminder, but a very purposeful moment in our timeline. We have the opportunity as a collective human species to get it right, to do more, to be the example for the children, for all life, but for yourselves. Don't half-bake it anymore. Own yourself. Own your truth. The destiny is in our hands. Seize it. Honour yourself. Honour our past generations. Honour your lineage. Peace is possible. So, who's this Jorge Videla guy? Who's this George guy? Like I said, I had a PowerPoint, whatever, but look, I'll tell you a bit about me. That's the main message that I continually share, the peace message. But, you know, as a person, as an individual in this form, I've had life experience. I've made mistakes. I've gotten it wrong. I've had failures, many failures along the way. What are our greatest teachers? Sure, the parents, the ancestors, failures, lessons. Arrived on this dear land a long time ago through my parents' sacrifices and purpose to bring us to a better place. Like a lot of people have travelled to different lands for the same reasons. As we are all connected, we all want the same things. As a human collective species, we are all the same. There is no difference. There is a oneness and a thread. We all need the same things to survive. So I am grateful to this day for my dear father, for my mother, for the sacrifices before us. We need to acknowledge and remind ourselves of the battles, of the sacrifices before that led us to get here. And share your stories. Share those journeys with the young ones. Remember, it is important to keep sharing the dreaming. Keep sharing the stories. Keep cultivating who you are. So as a young man, I grew up here, school, school. I was a sporting head for a long time. To this day, passionate goalkeeper of the world game. I enjoyed competition, had a break from it for a long time. I was a police officer for 10 years in a faraway galaxy a long time ago. But yes, I was in uniform, in plain clothes, and as I say to this day, I have seen it all in triplicate, which is why I can stand here and talk to you and have a conversation, because I have that life experience. I have seen the worst of the worst. I have been in those moments of need with people. I've also worked as a youth worker, residential care homes. I've worked in prisons. I've worked with our disability community, with our most vulnerable. What does that do? What does that say? Life experience. It led me to connect to all our stories. It led me to feel all those journeys. For those children on the streets to this day that need a hand up. To those young women that are suffering, that are in pain. Seeing the worst in our society daily. To this day, sure, because I'm a shift worker, I am still employed in a prison environment. Well, what's that mean? What's it all about? Am I avoiding that work after so long? Well, at times, it gets a bit too heavy. But you know what? It takes a journey. It takes experience, and you get to understand why you do what you do by now. So subsequently, I care about all of us. I care for that person in need. I care for that vulnerable. I care for that person with disabilities. I listen to them. And in that moment, as I say, you know what? In that moment, in that view from this window, as you look at it, it matters. It sparks something. And I guarantee you, to that person in need, who is vulnerable, who is hurting, who is suffering, you matter if you stand up and you're real. So where does this peace thing come from? Where does all this process come from? Well, I'm trying to explain, my traces, my steps. Because we all walk different paths, we've all done life differently. Sometimes, often it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, isn't it? 2 steps forward, hold on, maybe 3 back, and so forth. And yes, I've got a counselling background, and we can get into addictions, we can get into all sorts of challenges that people still endure and survive and turn up the next day, which is admirable. So don't judge, man. Don't be critical. We're all doing life the best way we can. We are, you know. We are. So, you know, and coming out of myself through spirit, because I'm a spiritual man, and that's been my evolution. And my growth consciously, as we are all conscious beings here, it's our consciousness that makes us who we are. It's not the physical strength. It's not that 100-mile dash. It's not all you retain. Guess what? You are a conscious being, because one of these days when God calls you, you will have to leave it all behind and move on. But it is our consciousness that is here. And God willing, you continue to grow and you become peaceful. And we achieve world peace on this planet, here and now, here and now. I keep harping on world peace, I know. Writing books, you know, I used to always write as a kid. For myself, you know, for my own journey, for my own heartaches, for my own lessons, for my passions, you know, short stories, poetry. Wow, poetry. Big heart, lots of poetry. As a kid growing up, Mum got me a typewriter. I used to type away, and I've still got some of those original typings in there, in one of my poetry books, you know. But yeah, it was the Christ light as well. I automatically wrote. Both of those books, when it comes to the Christ light, when it comes to giving, when it comes to sharing wholeheartedly, that's what my writing is all about, and that's what the creation was through my first book, my Christed Light books. The first one, it's just continued, you know, and I've started to release, I've started to open up my writings. I've got a wonderful book there about my father's journey, his battle with cancer, and also it's educational, as I'm always about educating, you know, and sharing, and all of us learning, you know. So it's a wonderful tool for anybody who's terminally ill or has a loved one that's terminally ill. So that book's about a journey as a father and son, a lot of personal writings and sharing, which is golden, golden. Nothing was left unsaid, everything was done. Very important in your relationships, to honour the truth. If you've got something to say, say it. Don't wait, say it. And respect. We need to respect each other as a humanity, as a collective, you know. Communication is key. Communication. That's our superpower, as I say in my work continually. I'm a very good talker, and I try and share that. Be open. Be genuine. Communicate with others. Eye contact. Be present. It's not all about you, is it? No. Maybe? Well, for me it's about all of us, you know. Sure, it's about me too at times, but we all got to survive and have interest and do things, but get collective, man. Do things in honour of service. For the greatest place, the greatest reward, isn't it to serve others? I believe and know that. This is my latest book, which World Peace, and very dear to my heart. I did it in English and in Spanish, and for children, which are very dear to my heart, the kids. I'm currently working on one that's going to be released soon, Thank You for Your Service, which is acknowledging everybody in our community, in and out of uniform. Wow, powerful stories, wow. And it's caused me to open up, you know. I never shared my policing journey. when I worked there and I saw everything and I did everything. So it's allowing me to voice in half of that book my journey, but also collectively it's got like 17 other stories from all of us in our community doing different roles. So a beautiful book as well, and I'm working on a host of others, you know. My ET contact book, I'm working on that one as well, which is part of what I was, you know, going to share up there on the slides, videos, as people need to draw on evidences, need to judge an experiencer, need to evaluate, you know. Really? No, mate, but so initially, sure, if I step into contactee, well, I've experienced many cool things all my life, you know. Feel very privileged. And initially, like a lot of us do who experience something different, something amazing, something, you know, we're shielded, we're protected, and then you can't just go, hey, guess what I saw? For what? For fear of judgment, ridicule, and all this stuff. But hey, it's the timeline now. It's out there. So I experienced contact, the ETs. When I say the ETs, extraterrestrial intelligence. Intelligence, because everything is an intelligence. Here and now, there's a continuum, there's a thread between this world and the other worlds. Okay? So you can see, you can appreciate, you can connect to what? Your vibration, your energy. You know, I did a lot of contact group sessions as well, some years ago now, up the road. Wow. Magic stuff, everything, experienced so many things, got videos, photos from those times, but I've got them continually through my life journey, you know. And, you know, people literally to this day want to walk up and kick something, you know, like, oh, let's kick the spaceship. I want to go up and touch it and feel it. And with those with questionable intentions, you know what they want to do? They want to walk away with it. Me, they want to take it for their own profiteering. They want to gain an advantage, which is why higher races, higher intelligence can see right through you and your intentions. That's what I've learned. So I come to you from life experience, not from a book, from my experience. I share with you my truth. And that's fundamental as we step now into these days, these vibrations, these shifts that we're in. More and more is going to bubble to the surface about the ET phenomena as well. And you know what? Cool. Good. I've got no problems with it. But again, resonate in your heart, because the most important communication tool you will ever use for higher life forms, for higher intelligence, whether it's out there or right here and now in this room, is your heart. Yeah? So that's what I've learned along my life journey, and I'm here to share with you. Be real. Be genuine. Open your heart. Have genuine intentions. So yeah, that's why I've seen a whole bunch of things for a very long time, you know, and as I've started to open up, I started to share, you know, I did the group stuff for a while, some years ago. I'm sharing things on, I've got a YouTube channel, Jorge, or Jorge's Peace Center, it's called, Jorge's Peace Center, 3 words. Very, very deep and powerful that channel is to me and my experiences. You know, I initially created it when my father was ill, and it was to record us, you know, it was to do things, and it just took off to so much more of life's expression, and that's what life is, an expression and a learning. So the channel has stayed on, it's been there for years. And guess what? I've just added and cultivated it, and all through it now, where you can see, if you wish to connect to my work there as well, and this ET phenomena subject experience, it's in there as well. I've got videos all throughout there. I've got playlists, ETI, extraterrestrial intelligence, and I've got them by year. Wow, 2014, 2017, 2012, like, you know, and what's it all about, you know? I was just digressing just before I jumped in the car, you know. I was sitting at home on the laptop again, just checking out the PowerPoint one last time. Yeah, you know, and I found another couple of videos. I'm always finding old stuff, you know, so I loaded those up. And it was an experience from 2017. I was at my son's sport, and, you know, everyone's watching the field there, as we all do, the game, and boom, there's a craft that appeared right there, hovering above the flashlights, you know. Am I the only one seeing this? Was it? Yeah, it probably was, you know, because that's been the consistency in my life a lot of the times where I've seen things and others haven't. So, well, what did I do? As I often do, and that's why there's a video there. I recorded it. So you'll see a blimp up there, a craft, momentarily there, right up, and that's my latest ones if you look at it. 2014, you know, when I recall 2014, one of the highlights that a lot of us experienced up the road here at Cooper Darwin Wilderness, Maureen and Bez's place, an amazing cultural, sacred land there. If you ever want to visit it, it's near the Lyle Deer Centre. And we had a group contact event, a CE5, with a lot of different groups in Queensland in the southeast corner that came along. Beautiful, beautiful. There was about 50 of us. So what you do when you contact, when you place yourself in that environment, you have to be genuine, you have to be real, you have to have intention. So, of course, that's what I'm about, and that's what we all were doing there. And sure, it delivered. It was a beautiful evening of experience. And, you know, when you go and to events like this, or even when you start having your own experience, you know, because you're in the right space, you'll start doing things and seeing things, right? It can happen right here and now. You don't have to necessarily set a schedule or a timeline. If it happened here and now. So often was the case, you know, we'd be setting up or doing whatever, and, oh, do you see that there? Oh, yeah, it's just sitting by the mountain, by Mount Samson. Whoa, you know, you start looking at it. Yeah, no, that wasn't there before, man. Look at it, and it's like, and sure enough, there's something there, you know, that you can't explain. But trust. Be faithful to the experience. Don't let others shut you down, man. That's where I sold myself short. Because it took me a while to open up, to share. Because of ridicule, because of judgments, but let all that go. Own yourself, own your experience. Don't let no one tell you different. You are the contactee, you are the one having an experience. Whether it's with a higher intelligence form, whether it's witnessing an incident outside your door, you are the witness, you are the so remember that, take that with you. Don't let others shut you down. Okay, so that evening, 2014, I had an amazing experience. I've got photos there on YouTube, on my other socials, on TikTok, and people haven't probably even noticed it, you know. But yeah, there was elongated beings. There was like 4 or 5 blue beings that floated down the gully. I was there, I saw it, and we have the photos at a distance of them coming in. So the important thing is that open-hearted, genuine, and I went right up to them. I was the first one that connected, and I went up to them. And it was from a distance, like where me and my amigo is there recording, and I just was present, present, peace. And I actually had the hands like this, Be genuine, be open. And then to this day, I recall that I went back and I explained it in another video, or I went through it, and it was like, so surreal. But yeah, I was there, I had that experience, And and beautiful, beautiful. It was completely peaceful. It was loving. And I've had many experiences like that along my way, you know. But the often ones are, you know, I can be driving in my car, doing a million things, and all of a sudden, boom, a craft will appear. Broad daylight. It'll just glide along for a little bit, metallic, shining, and you can feel the energy as I... It is pure love, guys. What I've connected to with higher intelligence is nothing but loving. It's always so beautiful, man. And as I sit here now and recall one experience to all of them, I am always taken back to that moment which is loving, which is nurturing, which is peaceful. Yeah, wow, you know. So yeah, I'm sharing, I'm opening up this space for everybody here. A lot of you, I'm sure, have had your own experiences and are stepping into more of this world, so I encourage you to embrace it, to be genuine, and to be loving and peaceful. That's all we've got to do as a collective human species here and now. We're all different, but collectively, all our forms are one. You know, there's going to be introductions made in the not-too-distant future. You know, watch the space. All you've got to do is Google it, but it's gathering momentum. But Pleiadians, Arcturians, star seeds, hybrids, hybrid races of human beings, hybrid children. All these topics, all these things you can collate and explore yourself, you know. What I'm just saying to you is I'm sharing my awareness, and step into it with love and a genuine heart. And please remember, together, we can all have this. We can all get there. Check out my stuff. I've got the Oath for Peace as well on my YouTube. If you want to adopt it, please do. If you want to get a photo of it before you go. The Oath for Peace. Own it. Take it everywhere with you in here. Please embrace peace. Please be the most peaceful version of yourself you can be. I know it's possible. I believe in us, and I want us all to collectively get there. Much love, light, and peace to you all.
Yeah. We can open up the floor very briefly. We've got some quick questions. You can have a chat with George, obviously, off to the side at any point. Has anyone got any questions that they think other people might want to hear the answer to?
Love is all.
Absolutely. The highest vibration. Absolutely. Well said, Edward. Beautiful.
We love your content. We love your content.
Thank you.
Can I ask George, that was a face-to-face experience, was it, that you were talking about where you were quite close?
Yes, absolutely. Just up the road here, Kubadama.
And was there any communication or...
Telepathic? Yeah, sure. That's how I often have communicated. Yeah. Here and now. And we all have this ability. And please, guys, don't think it's like, wow, like, you know, it's a hidden treasure. We've just forgotten. We've forgotten, that's all. So, yeah, it was beautiful, man. They were floating, you know. And it's just a vibration, you know. They were like there. Like there, very tall, elongated. And there's a gully there, like they were just floating. They came in from Mount Samson down. And our photographer back then, because it was part of the Orseti days. What is Orseti? It's an organisation that I was invited to at that time, when it was all kicking off through many contactees from across the globe, like Dr. Stephen Greer, like James Gilliland, Pete Slattery. I've met all these people. I've had the pleasure of meeting them. Just universe, a moment, boom, that they've been there. And again, at Cooper Darwin, a couple of them. But yeah, man, very. NOC was the Australian study of extraterrestrial intelligence, is what it stood for. And yeah, we would run workshops and contact events. And I did that for, I don't know, maybe 2 years. Just volunteering my time, yeah.
Curious, what did they say to you when you walked up to them?
Mate, it was heartfelt was the language. You know, a lot of emotion. You know, so again, that's the 3D question, isn't it? We want to know specifically, perfect, because that's the example. The language used was heartfelt, you know. It's like so many other experiences where I felt a presence, where my hand's been held, where I've been reassured, where there's been a craft appear. The same language, which was what Edward said, love. Yeah. And to keep doing what I'm doing, that's basically the biggest message of all, you know, because this is the destination. Yeah. Did that answer your question, Emil? Yep.
Beautiful. Okay, sorry guys, we do have to start wrapping up because we're going to kick you out of the hall at a certain time. But show some love for George and total message. Right, we're just going to set up Michelle and Ethy. We're going to be about 5-10 minutes. Fingers crossed we can get a presentation for you guys and the computer wants to play. So 5 or 10